students, this is Shalini teacher. Welcome to module 1, that is chapter 2, Foundation of British Empire. Europeans in India. This is a sequence of an establishment of European companies. Portuguese settled in 1498 in India, English East India Company in 1600, Dutch East India Company in 1602, Danish East India Company in 1616 and French East India Company in 1664. The European traders started coming to India for trading in the 15th century. Their objectives changed after the decline of Mughal Empire. The Portuguese in India. Let us study about the Portuguese in India. Vasco da Gama, as we all know, landed at Calicut. He established trade between India and Europe. Alfonso de Albuquerque came to Calicut in 1509. He is regarded as the real founder of Portuguese Empire in India. Then came the Dutch in India. The lucrative trade in cotton goods made the Dutch turn to the west coast of India. They tried to replace the Portuguese. The East India Company of Britain, on December 31, 1600, Queen Elizabeth I of England granted royal charter to the company to do trade with East. They settled at Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata. The French East India Company was founded in 1664 to compete with the British and Dutch companies. But this company abolished in 1769 due to financial constraints. Now, today, I have given you a little background of the European traders who tried to come to our country and settle down. Let us study about the Carnatic Wars now, as it is given in your textbook. The first Carnatic War took place in 1746 to 1748, Second Carnatic War 1749 to 1754, and the Third Carnatic War took place from 1756 to 1763. Let us in a crux study about the Carnatic Wars. In the 18th century, 3 wars were fought between the French and the British for control over the coastal strip of the present-day Tamil Nadu, known at that time as Carnatic. These wars came to be known as Carnatic Wars. The Carnatic region was under the possession of the Nizam of Hyderabad. In the 18th century, 3 Carnatic Wars were fought between various Indian rulers and British and French East India Company on either side. These wars resulted in establishment of political supremacy of British East India Company. The French company was reduced in the areas around Pondicherry only. The French-British rivalry for domination of trade in India and the succession disputes in both the Carnatic and Hyderabad led to the Carnatic Wars. Let us study about the supremacy of Britishers in Bengal. Let me introduce to you Sirajuddaulah, 5th Nawab Nazim of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. This is Robert Clive, a British officer who established the military and political supremacy of the East India Company in Bengal. Let us study flowchart 1. foundation of British Empire in Bengal, or you can say the background of the Battle of Plassey. Why did the Britishers enter Bengal? You can say aim, trading settlement, or in order to trade or settle down at Fort William in Calcutta in 1690. Come down. Why? Because Bengal was a rich and a fertile region. Firemen issued by Farrukhsiyar in 1770, exempting the Britishers from payment of custom duties in Bengal. Farrukhsiyar had given the facilities to Britishers or exempted them from the payment of custom duties in the region of Bengal. This action taken by Farrukhsiyar was objected by the great Sirajuddaulah in 1757, which resulted in the ultimate battle of Plassey. Let us study flowchart 2, that is the action plan or the action taken by the Nawab of Bengal against the British power. Point 1. Heavy loss of custom duties to the Bengal government. Siraj ordered them to pay taxes. As Farrukhsiyar had exempted the Britishers from custom duties, because of which the Indians had to bear a heavy loss. This was not tolerated by Siraj, so he ordered them to pay taxes. Siraj ordered the company to dismantle the fortification of Fort William, but the company straightaway refused. Company, as in the East India Company, refused. There was a conspiracy of officials of East India Company against Sirajuddaulah together with the members of his own court. Siraj captures Calcutta in June 1756, led his army against British. Clive joined in with a large force in Bengal. Students, I had shown you the picture of Clive. He reconquered Calcutta in January 1757. Robert, together with Mir Zafar. Who was Mir Zafar? Mir Zafar was the commander-in-chief of Sirajuddaulah. They both signed a secret agreement wherein trade privileges will be given to the company in case Mir Zafar becomes the leader. This whole situation provoked Sirajuddaulah to war. In today's lesson, we have studied about the background of the Battle of Plassey, and in our next module, we shall study about the battle itself. Let's quickly revise the chapter and do the written work. Students, you have to write the key terms which is given on page 22 and 23. It is to be done in the notebook before you start with the question answers. Point 2, exercise D. Answer the following questions. Short notes on Carnatic Wars. It is given on page 15, the last paragraph under the heading Carnatic Wars. You have to write short notes in points. Do not write or exceed more than 5 points. Next, question number 3. List a few actions of East India Company which challenged the authority of Nawab Sirajuddaulah. The answer is given on page 16 under the heading Nawab of Bengal. 3 points are clearly mentioned there. Page 17, Clive's plan to oust Sirajuddaulah. Divide this paragraph into 2 points. We have not discussed question number 2 today, as we will discuss it in our next module, because the question is related to Battle of Plassey. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.